Hello and welcome to the Entrepreneurship and Innovation Center here at the University of New Haven. I'm Mike McGuire and this is Pitch Perfect. Welcome to Pitch Perfect. This is a place for you to pitch your new business idea, get feedback, and feel what it's like to be on the spot. At Pitch Perfect, we invite students from all over Connecticut to stand on the spot and pitch their business ideas to a panel of expert judges. After each pitch, our judges will decide if you and your pitch have what it takes to make it through to the next round. And if you do, we'll help you refine your pitch before returning to the spot to pitch again for a chance to compete in our pitch-off at the end of the season, battling it out for an all-expense-paid trip to a nationally recognized entrepreneurship conference. Today, we have two new contestants, Reem Alattas and Mahmoud Morshedy. Only one will move on to the next round. Now, let's meet our panel of judges. Our first judge is Ethan Galler, president of Structural Graphics. Ethan comes to us with over 30 years of entrepreneurial experience in advertising, print production, and digital technology. Welcome, Ethan. Next is Dr. Candace Deal, Associate Professor of Accounting at Eastern Connecticut State University. Dr. Deal is making her second appearance as a judge here on Pitch Perfect. Welcome back, Dr. Deal. Finally, we have Doug Campbell. Doug is known as the Success Coach, providing C-level executive coaching for businesses of all sizes. And Doug is also a published author with several works in the coaching and entrepreneurship space. Welcome, Doug. Okay, our panel's in place. It's time to meet our first contestant.
Hello, everybody. My name is Reem Alattas, and I'm a PhD candidate at the Department of Computer Science and Engineering in University of Bridgeport. My idea is to make cycling safer and more interesting.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Reem with her idea called Rumble Helmet. Reem, you're on the spot. You've got 2 minutes. Go.
Hello, everybody. My product is Rumble Helmet, a smart bicycle helmet with integrated adaptive light system. Do you know that cycling is the second most popular physical activity in the US after jogging? And it was my passion since I was a little girl. But I was afraid of getting into an accident. And I'm not alone. There are 818 cyclists who died last year on US roads in accidents due to lack of communication method with other road users and poor visibility. Therefore, I thought of making a product that combined all cycling safety aspects in a helmet to increase cyclist visibility and enhance a communication method with other road users, which is Rumble Helmet, a smart bicycle helmet that has a front flashlight, backlight, turn signals, and the uniquely designed side lights to indicate to other road users whether the cyclist is going straight ahead, turning right or left. Smart Rumble Helmet, that's the old name, Smart Helmet, has 2 patents, a design patent and a utility patent granted. Our competition includes traditional helmets and also lights that can be attached to traditional helmets or lights that can be attached to a bicycle. The market size is huge, but we're aiming for the people who are taking their safety seriously, which is around 2%, which makes our share of the market around $24 million. And I'm happy to go through the calculations later on. Each helmet will retail for $185, and it will cost $120 to manufacture, which makes our gross margin 35%. Our headquarters is going to be in Bridgeport, Connecticut, and I'm ready to take your questions.
Reem, thank you. Great job.
Thank you.
So where did this idea come from? Did someone have an accident, or just tell me a little about that?
My best friend had an accident because the car driver didn't see her because it was a little bit dark at that time. So I'm like, come on, we need to do something. We need to move the lights from the bicycle to the helmet. We need to have turn signals similar to the ones on the car. So Rumble
Great.
Helmet
Well,
is here today.
A lot of times great ideas come out of, either tragic situations or
True.
things that could have been prevented. Right?
Exactly.
All right, well, let's hear from our judges. Ethan, let's go first with you.
Reem, first of all, great job.
Thank
I
you.
love your energy. You obviously have done a lot of research in the space. The fact that it's patented, both design and utility, that's a huge feather in your cap going to market. So great job there. The price point at $185, how does that compare to the standard helmet with comparable safety without the added features that's your idea?
There are some helmets, like traditional helmets with big brands, like, I don't know if I can say the names. Some can I say the names?
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
like Bell helmets, they retail for $300. So, yeah, like it is quite considerable compared to big names.
The controls, how will you interact with your helmet?
Yeah, so the activation methods, there are two activation methods. One of them is using hand signals. So the cyclist can use hand signals to activate the lights, and the other one is buttons that can be placed on the handlebar.
Your price point, I think you said 125 cost?
Yeah, the cost is 120.
So
right.
you've done that domestically in the United States, Bridgeport manufacturing.
No, the manufacturing is in China, but the
that was
headquarters.
that was my question.
Yeah.
Hello. Very good presentation.
Thank you.
Very, very detailed. I love the fact that, there seems to be a demand for it. You did your research. There were a lot of fatalities on the road, as a lack of safety or precautionary measures. So my question is kind of similar to the first judge. What's the average cost now for just a regular helmet? Because your helmet, first of all, is mainly for cyclists.
Yeah.
Not those riding motorcycles or other type of...
It can be used for motorcyclists, but our main market is cyclists.
Cyclists, okay.
Yeah,
And what's the average cost of helmets right now?
Oh, it ranges from $20, which is the cheapest, to $300.
You mentioned you had a design patent and a utility patent. Basically, how does your product differ? So if you can just summarize it, how would your product differ from the average helmet on the market, whether it's the $20 helmet or the $300 helmet?
Yeah, the placement of the lights and the design of the lights, because there is, other than the turn signals, there is a side light that is uniquely designed for this helmet. Yeah, to increase the visibility and, again, to try to communicate with other road users.
Who's helping you with the kind of the technology side of this, or is that your expertise?
Yeah, it's actually my expertise, but I worked with Professor Neil Lewis at University of Bridgeport. That was the starter point for this project, and right now I'm working with a company in China to pick the lights, like the best lights, to make sure that the lights are very good and the bandwidth is good.
And how about distribution? Do you see this selling in bicycle stores or Walmart, or how do you identify the markets or the most likely buyers?
Yeah, I would like actually to aim for bigger distributors like Walmart and Target. Hopefully we can secure a deal with those big names, and my second goal will be smaller stores.
How about bicycle teams or leagues, or there are groups that bike every week at 6 o'clock on Thursday. I think that would be a great group to reach out to.
Yeah, actually I'm talking to some of these groups on meetup.com in order to test the product, to test the prototype when it's ready.
Oh,
And yeah, some of them are like, oh, we can't wait. When are we gonna get the prototype?
All right, well done, judges. Sounds like you
you.
have a good plan to road test your product. And so great job.
Thank you very much.
Nicely done.
Thanks a lot.
All right, now it's time to meet our next contestant.
Hello everybody, my name is Mahmoud. I'm a master's degree in the University of Bridgeport in Technology Management Department. And my idea is to change the way of seeing the medical imaging.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our next contestant, Mahmoud Morshedy, with his idea called Envision. Mahmoud, you're on the spot. You have 2 minutes. Go.
We have been dealing with the medical images for a long time the same way, and it's completely two-dimensional, and the human body isn't. Envision is a new way of seeing the medical images in a 3D dimensional. Envision is an interoperative platform that uses the HoloLens, Microsoft HoloLens, to present the human body in a 3D holographic images. Currently, we have the interoperative platforms are computer-based and costly. we introduced a new interoperative platform that provide the immersive experience. And we have, our study shows that surgeons are welcoming using the technology. And we complied with the FDA category number 2, and the HIPAA is not required for us. And we have a beta testers in Germany, and our target customers here in the hospitals, just like Yale and Mayo Clinic. And we have our prototype cost is $6,500. This including the patent and the software and hardware, and the and we have my team here, myself, Mahmoud, and my partner Il Hassan is in computer science in the Belgium, and our advisors is Professor Cahill and Professor Micro.
Mahmoud, good job. That was
Thank you.
really interesting. So, what's your background? Where did this all come from, and how did you come up with this?
Actually, I'm engineering background, but my partner is a medical imaging background. That he's working in the technical part. I'm working in the business part. I'm trying here to find out how to tackle with the customers, with the business model, and etc.
Great. All right. Well, let's head back to our judges. Ethan, talk to us about Envision.
Mahmoud, great job. Anything that's going to help enhance quality of life, medical care, and what have you, it's a great idea right out of the gate. You indicated $6,500. Now, is that selling or is that cost?
No, this is a prototype just for cost, but this is for prototype costs. This is including the hardware for the development kit, and for the patent we have a provisional patent, and for the software development cost. But this is for the prototype only.
I'm getting maybe a little bit ahead of myself in terms of you pitching to the market, but have you prepared demos that?
We are in the demo, and actually with your support we will have the demo, and also we want to have the patent to have at least provisional patent to secure our idea.
Good job. Very, very different. So let's talk a little bit about your target market. I know that you mentioned Yale, Florida. Are you planning on selling to mainly, hospitals, large
Actually,
medical facilities? So just talk a little bit about your target.
Actually, this is why driven by two, as I told, because we have only this application. We can say this is an application for this specific operation. So usually we are targeting those hospitals that uses the operation, or you can see this operation already there, and also those big customers, because usually this is a new technology and not all the hospitals or the customers are willing to adapt or adopt this technology within their surgery. And we know that there are pioneers usually in this kind of operation. They are welcoming this. On the other hand, because my partner also in the Europe, so he has a kind of connection there. And as I told you, we already have a connection in Germany in one of the hospitals there. They are welcome to see this. But for the target customers, yes, the hospitals, only hospitals, and some of the hospitals, and later on we can expand in other hospitals, because later on when the technology is become expanded and be familiar in the market.
Great idea, and I think it's a very smart strategy to be prototyping or testing it in Europe and the U.S. Well done, yeah. So is this, holography's been around a long time. I actually had a professor in college who was kind of an expert at that years ago. So this is a current version of holography, right? That's your base technology?
Yes, but this is different because actually technology is being evolved from the, previously it was the virtual reality. I don't know if you recall what's the Google Glass. It was a kind of different one, but the mixed reality is mixing your virtual reality with the reality. I mean, I can see that here, I can see him, and I can see even if I have a kind of MRI, whatever images I can see. So I can see, for example, his skull, what's inside it.
So it's mainly an enhancement to existing equipment. It's not a replacement for MRIs. It's an enhancement to MRIs.
Yes, different visualization, yeah.
Thank you, Mahmoud.
Thank you.
Now, if you will join Reem off stage, we're going to have the judges start the deliberations.
Okay, thank you.
Well, we never quite know what we're going to get here on Pitch Perfect, but in this particular case, on this show, we couldn't have two more different really cool ideas. So, judges, I think this is going to be a tough call for you, but let the deliberation begin.
Yeah, I think Mike's right. It's going to be a tough decision because they are both clearly passionate, done their research, enthusiastic. I like the fact that Reem, I felt that the fact that she has two patents, design and utility, is really buttoned up. Her answers were quite concise, very prepared. Mahmoud also was quite prepared. Being in the marketing space, though, you only have so much time to get your point across, and I would have liked to have seen a little bit more concise and responses to the questions.
And I think both of them were very prepared, for their presentation. In terms of Reem, the first one, I like the idea, but I'm not sure exactly how it differs from, number one, a regular helmet, and number two, having the lights on the bicycle itself, or number three, just adding lights yourself, to the helmet. And then the other thing that I was a bit concerned about was the price point of the helmet.
It's more a specialty item and a high-end bike, high-end bike store and that kind of thing.
I mean, they both, I thought, were very good. They're both trying to crack fairly difficult markets. I think Mahmoud is, particularly challenging to sell hospitals, even though it's a great technology, great idea. Where she, I think, will appeal to bicycle enthusiasts and bike shops, high-end, but she's got to think through the marketing a little more. I think it's not a common product. It's people who ride every day, people who ride a lot, and are really passionate about it, and safety oriented, And a lot of these professional riders, I would think they might, just in their training, might want to do it.
A good friend of mine is a bike enthusiast and very, very avid, and he does a little bit of competition, not a lot, but the money he spends is crazy.
And what about Envision? My biggest concern was regulations and barriers that he may face in the medical industry. That's a huge concern.
I'd love to understand the technology better. I don't think I really got that, unfortunately, to just convince me and understand. The fact that he's working with it would be a licensee and working with Microsoft and their holographic. He's right on the cusp, and that's really interesting.
At first I thought it was some type of software, but it seems as if it's a headgear that you would be wearing. So you're right, I'm not exactly sure what the item is. Right.
Yeah, and it's hard to sell into the medical field. I mean, they've got premier, potential partners with Yale and Mayo in Germany, but it's a long process, and but it's an amazing technology. So I commend him for what he's doing. But I think overall, we really maybe have a feeling for who is the best candidate to move ahead.
All right, welcome back, contestants.
Thank you.
You're not nervous at all.
No.
You guys are feeling good. I have to tell you, two really great ideas and great presentations. So I'm glad I'm standing here and not over there. So, judges, have you made a decision?
We have. And it was, as Mike said, it was a very difficult decision. Mahmoud, you did an excellent job presenting, and we're very excited about your technology. But
Thank you.
our overall feeling was that Reem had done some research and talked to the market and had some patents and just did a very tight, good presentation. They're both excellent. It's one of these difficult decisions, but that's our feeling that Reem would move forward.
All right. Well, Reem, you're moving forward. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Mahmoud, fantastic. I'm going to be reading about you in medical journals, I think, very shortly.
Hopefully soon.
So that's it from the Entrepreneurship and Innovation Center here at the University of New Haven. Thank you for joining us today for this first round of Pitch Perfect. Make sure to tune in next, and remember, make it yours, make it real, and keep on pitching.